Title: The prenup is ironclad. My ex-wife smirked at me in court. I said nothing, just pointed to a single paragraph. Her lawyer's face turned to ash as he read it. He grabbed her arm and whispered, "The house, the accounts, what did you do?" She smirked at me across the courtroom table, her diamond earrings catching the light like shards of glass. "The prenup is ironclad," she said, smug, venom laced with triumph. I said nothing. I didn't need to. When the judge asked for final submissions, I slid the document forward. Just one page, one paragraph highlighted. I didn't look at her. I looked at her lawyer. His eyes moved across the words and then froze. His mouth went dry. Color drained from his face. He grabbed her wrist, leaned in, and hissed through clenched teeth. "The house, the accounts, what did you do?" She blinked, confused, then terrified. That was the moment she realized she had already lost. It wasn't always this way. I married her young, foolish, still believing in forever. She was fire, and I thought myself lucky just to hold the match. Nights filled with laughter, mornings with whispered promises. For years, I built everything for her. Every late meeting, every deal closed, every risk taken. But love is a blind investment. You keep pouring into it until one day you notice the account is empty. The first crack came quietly. She grew distant, her smile practiced, her eyes calculating. I told myself it was stress, a phase. But deep down, the air between us had changed. It smelled like smoke before a fire. I didn't catch her in bed with him. She was smarter than that. But smart leaves fingerprints. Receipts tucked too deep into her purse. A phone call she ended too quickly. A vacation she insisted on taking alone, yet the credit card showed dinners for two. I didn't rage. I didn't confront. I learned. I learned her patterns. I learned his name. I learned the accounts she siphoned money into, the shell company she thought I'd never notice. And in that quiet, burning ache of betrayal, I also learned something about myself. I wasn't the man she thought she had caged. People think revenge is fire. It isn't. Fire is loud. Fire draws attention. Revenge is ice. Slow, silent, precise. I started with the prenup she had insisted on years ago. At the time, I didn't argue. I signed it without hesitation. She thought it made her safe. That was her mistake. Her lawyer drafted it, but I had added one clause, buried in legal phrasing, dull enough to be skipped over. It stated, "In the event of infidelity, any joint marital assets transfer fully to the innocent party." No negotiation, no exception. It was ironclad, all right, ironclad for me. I hired a private investigator. Photos, timestamps, hotel receipts. Months of patience distilled into a neat dossier. Proof sharp enough to cut her life in half. And then I waited. She filed for divorce first, confident she'd bleed me dry. I let her believe it. I let her walk into court wearing her victory like perfume. When the judge called for disclosures, I handed over everything. Her lawyer barely skimmed the evidence before conceding infidelity. But it was the prenup that gutted them. He read it once, twice, then a third time, as though the words might rearrange themselves into mercy. They didn't. The house, the accounts. His whisper carried across the courtroom like a death sentence. Her painted nails clutched his sleeve, trembling. "What do you mean?" she choked. He didn't answer. He couldn't. Her smirk collapsed into something ugly. Panic stripped away her beauty faster than age ever could. The judge's ruling was clean, merciless. Everything reverted to me. The house, the accounts, even the vacation property she thought was hidden under her lover's name. He hadn't realized her contributions came from our joint funds. That made it mine. All of it. She stood there, pale and shaking, while I sat still as stone. I didn't look at her when the gavel fell. I didn't need to. Her silence was loud enough. People ask me if it felt good. Good? No. Necessary? Absolutely. She took years of my life, my loyalty, my trust, and tried to turn them into weapons against me. But she forgot one thing. When you betray someone who builds quietly, you never know what foundation they've laid beneath you. That prenup was her pride, her guarantee. She paraded it like a shield. She never realized I had turned it into a blade. I gave her no scenes, no shouting matches, no messy confrontations, just silence. Silence and a single paragraph. When she walked out of court, she didn't look back. Neither did I. The house is quiet now, but not lonely. The silence is mine. Peaceful, whole. I didn't destroy her. She destroyed herself. All I did was hold up the mirror. The prenup was ironclad, yes, but the lock was always in my hands, and the key was betrayal.